Hey, what's up crew? Welcome back. Today we're going to have a ride on a couple of blue and black trails and discuss different technical features that some of these trails have. Doesn't matter if they're blue trails, doesn't matter if they're black trails. Every trail is going to have a feature that some of us do struggle with, but wish we could do them a little bit better, a little bit smoother, with a little bit more confidence. So we're going to go for a ride. We'll start on a blue trail, we'll finish on a black trail, and we'll stop and point out some of the features and some of the best ways to combat these features. Sometimes you might be surprised that actually the fastest way through these things can actually be the easiest and the safest. So without further ado, let's get into it. We'll go and ride some of these trails and I'll show you better ways to take some of the technical features on them as well. Let's do it. All right, let's get into it. Cool little berms here. This is a nice little blue trail, a little bit rocky. Big secret to riding rocks is to relax your arms and legs. Hold onto the bars, keep your wrists nice and firm around the grips, and let everything else bounce and float around. Somewhere just up here is a little double. I really want to show you guys and girls different ways to take it. Alrighty, so simple little double like this one here. This is only be 10 foot long from here just across to there. It's not overly big, but the speed you're going on this one depends on what you do. You can come up to it slowly at a sort of a slow to moderate pace. Best way to probably take it is to just pump through it. The problem with pumping is it requires 4 movements. Lifting up, pushing to the backside, lifting up or preloading, pushing down the backside. Faster you go, the faster you've got to do those 4 movements. It can be exhausting. Once you got to a moderate pace and above, you can manual through it. Manualing for me is always the best way. It's fast, it's fun, it's safe. Super simple, keeps the back wheel on the ground, keeps you controlled. It's always good. And then the faster you're going again, I probably didn't have enough speed on this one, but jumping it. Jumping's always the best fun. Air time is great time. But on a jump like this where there's no real boost, no lift on it at all, manualing is probably the most effective way. Jumping's fun, but on this one, I'd have to say manualing is going to be your best option at a moderate and above pace. All right, let's continue and we'll head to the next features. Oh, have a look at this. Now this one's tech. Well, actually, don't let the visuals fool you. It's not as tech as it looks. A lot of riders will look at all these rocks here and how rocky that landing is down there and think, no, not a chance. Don't ever underestimate just what performance your tyres can bring to you, and more importantly, add in the fact that you're going downhill, you're going on a nice gradient in line with the landing itself. Don't ever also underestimate what your suspension on your bike can do. So in actual fact for me, I would rather clear this than go around it. I can go quicker, it's probably safer for me, and it's a lot more fun. So we're going to hit this one, we'll just jump it. Really tricky here too. What do? I don't want to hit here. That's a big rock. That might send me nose down. We don't want to go nose down when we've got all that after us. Keep a nice balance. So we'll come up through here. We'll go off just that little bit. Stay to the left. Let's go for it. All right, see, that wasn't so bad. Also too, keep a bit of speed up. Speed really drowns out the impact a lot. Keeps the bike a lot more level through the air. Whoops. Bit of a rock there. Nice little double. Oh, that's chewed out heaps from the rain. All right, that's another good one. All right, let's have a look at this one for a second. This one might look a lot more daunting than many other trail features around. It's a drop off and it's rocky. There's a lot of rocks. They're big, you don't want to hit them. From the top, it's probably a good 8 to 10 feet from the lip to the last rock here. So you want to go about 10 feet to clear it. Now, with something like this, the hardest thing to do here, the worst thing I would ever want to do, is to try and ride through that. Look at it. That is crazy. Now, jumping it is the best way. Don't ever let the approach fool you either. It's a nice little simple run to the right of these rocks here, and got a beautiful little lip staring at you right there. Now, the other thing to remember, this is not a jump, it is a drop off. You will free fall, so there's not a lot of lift involved, just enough to keep the bike stable. You don't need a lot of speed. Again, because it's a drop down, you will carry a fair bit of distance from this without lifting at all. So just enough to keep the bike stable. We'll come along, we'll go off there, and we'll land beautifully down there and keep going. This one will be nice. All right, you see how much easier that is than rolling through it? So much better. There's another little one up here, we won't stop for it, maybe. It's just a simple little drop off. You don't even have to go fast, look. Simple little drop. What the heck is going on here? Come on, riders, haven't you already worked out that the quickest way between 2 points is not always a straight line? Maybe the shortest, but not always the quickest. This little corner here, man, it's got a multiple choice of lines. Here somebody's decided, let's start going to the right of it. If you don't want to ride tech features, go buy yourself a road bike and stick to the bitumen. You want to have fun, improve on your abilities, get a mountain bike and stick to the Now, there's a couple of different line choices here. We can go through the rocks and around this way, and then down. We've got a big face to deal with down there. The common line, which is right here, or we can go high and go all the way around. Now, I'm going to bet that going high is the quickest, the most effective, and still probably the most technical line to take. We go wide here. It's going to enable us to stay in control of the bike. We're still going to deal with some tech stuff right here, but it keeps us beautifully in line for that chute, straight down. There's a double down there. Most people probably won't see it as a double because you're not going quick enough. I reckon my line will give me the speed to jump that. Let's try it out and see. All right, again from the top, through, nice. Now it lines you up with that double. Go wide here, avoid the road getting banged. Big corner, real wide on this one. Oh yeah, oh she's wet too. We're heading down to the bottom now. There's a nice little drop off up here. I did it in one of my previous videos, so I'm not sure whether we'll stop on it. Maybe we should. She's rutted out, that's for sure. Let's go and have a look at it and see. All right, the good old drop off. Gets the adrenaline pumping in some riders, it gets others touching fabric. It's one of those ones that it's a love-hate feature on any trail. This one, now that it's washed out a lot, is not quite as achieving or as attractive as it used to be. A lot of rocks on the landing now, but it all comes down to line choice. Don't land where the rocks are, there's no problems. So what I would see in this one here now is we used to come around, we'd sort of go wide, now we go straight into the rocks. So I would go a little bit wider now, turn myself in just in front of my sunglasses here, and I'll head straight down there, straight down that drop. Key to any drop off, don't jump, it's a drop off. Just stabilize yourself, lift the bike just a little so that you have control of the bike, it doesn't have control of you. And just allow gravity and the speed to do its thing. There's nothing to it. Just do enough that you can with a little bit of preload so you have full control of that bike and its stability is there, and you've got that control that you need. Let's hit it up. I was probably going a little bit too slow then. I didn't rely on lift to carry me, I relied on my speed and the drop itself. So, best way to describe a drop off: hold a rock and let it go in the water. Hits the water and sinks. Throw it and it skims. I think that's the best way to describe drop offs. The faster you go, the smoother, the easier, the nicer the landing. She's run it out, that's for sure. Right, keep continuing down. Last bit of the trail through here. Don't think there's anything more worthy of showing. A little bit rocky. A couple of flowy turns through here. That one. That one. That one. That's nice. It's always difficult to get really good footage when you're on your own. Trying to find the best place to hold the camera, balance the camera, put it on a tripod, etc. Drop your comments below if this is something that has helped. I'd love to hear about it because it just inspires me to get out there and do more and more of this. For me, I don't get anything out of this except for the enjoyment and the satisfaction of knowing that I can help others at the same time while I'm riding. I mean, what more can you ask for when it comes to mountain biking? So please hit that like button too. The like button is the crucial part of these videos. That's what YouTube picks up on, the likes, how many likes a video gets, and that's when they start sharing it around. Now, I really want these videos to be shared around because they are tutorial videos. Thanks for coming along for this ride. I really appreciate it. Stay safe, stay rad, and do something on that bike today that you never did yesterday.